And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And Doris, tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Here's Simons, defended by George. Lillard against Jackson. And Covington stays with it.
Robert Covington is as competitive as it gets, and he gets to the window there.
Right side, George. Shot from 16. Rebound by Nurkic.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Now here's Lillard. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Now, here's Lillard. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. Shoots over Nurkic. The shot by George, no good.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
Jones dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
For Los Angeles, they have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And Portland making a change here. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers in the lead. George, no good. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Lillard attacking. Here's Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Outside Anthony. There's the feed to Cantor. And another shot. Oturu with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And that one's good, George.
There you go. Not the best start, but maybe that's the shot that gets him in rhythm.
Now here's Lillard. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Cantor. That shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 3. Leonard. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Anthony, the pass to Canner. Out to Anthony. And 1:01 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Canner. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Kennard in for Paul George. Giles checked in for Portland. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Morris inside. Anthony on him. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. It's good on the putback. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. 3-point lead. To the middle. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Powell down low. Here's Giles. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Clippers on top, up by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got Robert Covington. Colum is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Anthony in at the 3 side. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And he finishes nicely on the layup. McCollum's got his first basket of the night.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's McCollum. The Clippers getting the bucket. Rebounded by Jackson.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Kennard's shot is off.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And, Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Hits the jumper in space. Kennard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
To the inside. Takes it out to Covington. There's the pass to McCollum. 5 to shoot. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here are the Clippers. Clippers leading by 5. Kennard with the ball. Now Covington defending. Zubac trying to break loose. Morris, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Powell kicks to Anthony. Zubac against Nurkic. Misses in close. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Morris outside. Fires from deep. Trains the three-pointer. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
Now here's McCollum. And he gets it to go. A minute 42 left in the second quarter. Jackson looking it over. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Here's Powell. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
Here's Jackson. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Trailblazers trail by 8. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the basket is good.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Jackson up top. He's guarded by McCollum. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
And here's McCollum for 3. The rebound by Patterson. Kennard for 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
We know that Robert Covington made his way into the NBA.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8-point lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead top. And that does it for our halftime.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Offensive rebound, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's George. Over in the corner, Batum. Here's Jackson. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. Jones with it. Leonard picks him up. Lillard against Jackson. And the basket by Lillard.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And here's George. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup. George has got 6 points.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by Lillard. Los Angeles leading by 8. Here's Batum. Jackson kicks to George. Stripped away. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now here is George. 6 points for him. Lays it up off the glass. 8 points for him.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Now here's Lillard. 10 points for him. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Rondo looking over the floor. Down low. Uses both hands to slam it down.
I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Good. And now it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. And that one drops for him. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
There's a minute left in the third. Here's George. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his first 2 points of the night.
It's not rocket science. At some point, the defense has to show more urgency getting back in transition.
Leonard the pass to Okuru. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for George. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Lillard outside. Inside. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Cantor.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Rondo's shot is good.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Damian Lillard. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jackson with it. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Jackson against Lillard. And that one is good.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets it. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's McCollum, and Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic checked in for Little. Clippers leading by 4. To the inside, Oturu. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. McCollum against Rondo. McCollum passes to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, Enes Kanter's size and finishing ability, it takes a lot to knock him off his path to the rim.
McCollum against Rondo. Passes to Coffey. Pass to Oturu. Stolen by Cantor. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Enes Kanter. Jones comes in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Norman Powell. Over in the corner, Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Leonard with the bucket.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Lillard against George. Shoots from the line. Nice jump shot. Good. Lillard's got 14 points now in the second half.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Jackson has the open look. Outside for George. Zubac trying to break loose. And George is good for 3. George has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Los Angeles. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard scanning the floor. Leonard with the steal. And George, here we go. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight. Outside, Jones. A 3 from McCollum. No good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Clippers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Pass to George. And Leonard has it in the corner. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That one goes. Count it.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The Clippers grab the miss.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score.
And the miss. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good moment. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 players injured, one of their stars out. Something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the pace. Here's Holiday. And it should be a good one tonight, Steve. 2 teams in the playoff conversation.
This is where, Kevin, we see the talent is there on both sides. Also now, this is where coaching can make the difference, putting players in position to come out on top.
And Lopez throws it down.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
A Holiday. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Giannis with it. Guarded now by Jackson. The shot by Holiday, no good. LA has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jackson misses. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. The kick out to Holiday. Offline with his 3.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Batum, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Here's Holiday. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And I'm going to give him a lot of credit because he saw what he was up against and he was undeterred.
Now here is George. Jackson has the open look. They get it again, and George able to finish.
Bringing the intensity on the glass. If Paul George is out there, he's going to give it his all.
Holiday surveying the floor. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Back to Holiday. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
In the long strides of Antetokounmpo, once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping.
Now here is George. From 18 feet away. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Bucks trail. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Outside Jackson. From deep. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
In a bump this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
DiVincenzo finds Holiday. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. The putback. Can't throw down the putback. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The shot by Middleton, wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Clippers shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Jackson with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Batum against Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And it's 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Clippers trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
They get the rebound. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Lets a floater go. Tries again. Zubac the pass to Batum. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Here is Forbes. Portis kicks it to Tucker. Morris outside. Man passes to Morris. Back to Kennard. Drills it from outside. It's all knotted up.
A knockdown shooter with excellent range. Kennard gives your offense the floor spacing it needs.
Here's Forbes. That one drops for him.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Man. Kennard on the wing. Morris outside. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bucks lead by. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Portis. Antetokounmpo is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. And the pass to Man. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mann's got his first points in this one.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
And so Milwaukee again turning it over. And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Rondo. There's the triple. Kept alive. Over to the wing. Passes it to Patterson. Clippers moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. Morris, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Rondo drives in and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. For 3. Morris, no good. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Antetokounmpo. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside Rondo. That one good for 2.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Connaughton. No good with the triple. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Rondo can't get it to go. They've been hanging in there.
And a chance here to jump on top.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Forbes. Tucker the pass to Connaughton. Portis in the post. Patterson defending. Knocked away. Here's Connaughton. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Tucker the pass to Portis. Makes it off the glass. Portis has got the game tied up here for the Bucks. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Portis against Kennard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Speaking of Bobby Portis, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, he's going to give you maximum effort every night.
Free throw good. Portis. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Outside, George fires the 3. And Lopez pulls it down.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Now here's Jackson. That shot, no good. Good D by Lopez. Pass to DiVincenzo. Kicks it to Lopez. Back to DiVincenzo. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Leonard's got his first bucket of the night. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Holiday. And they pick up 2. And the Bucks lead by 1.
One of the stronger guards in the league. Holiday will take it up inside any chance you give him.
Leonard on the wing. Stolen by Middleton. Floats it up for Giannis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George. Batum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first... And that does it for our half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Holiday against Jackson. Now here is Holiday. D right on him. Second shot opportunity. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. No good on the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac finds George. Rolls up on the elbow. That one a little long.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
For 3, Middleton hangs home the trifecta.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Holiday against Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Over Holiday. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now here is Holiday. Lopez up top. The kick out to Holiday. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. It wasn't that long ago that Holiday suffered some injuries that had people concerned about his future.
Greg, some injuries are bad luck. We do know this. Jrue Holiday's physical, he's fearless, and he doesn't know any other way to play. But thankfully, he's battled through, and he is still playing at an all-star level.
Now Holiday. Paul George missing from long range. Back to Holiday. Lopez, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And here's the fast break. Batum with the steal. Left side, Leonard. It's George on the wing. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Now here is Holiday. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
George against DiVincenzo. Zubac kicks to George. Again, Los Angeles.
Beautiful ball movement. Draw and kick. The defense can't catch up.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Lopez, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Zubac. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Now, here is Morris. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Left side, Leonard.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Off the left rim and out.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Bucks trail by 5. No one near him. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Ball stolen. And up the court come the Bucks on the break.
And you see Portis can run the floor, long strides, great hustle.
Leonard with no one around. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers lead by 3. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so it's Milwaukee with it. It's a 3-point game. Setting the floor for the Bucks. P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard.
Bobby Portis has the ability now to hit shots on all 3 levels.
And it's George missing.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And there's the pass to Tucker to take the lead. Portis. Rebound by the Clippers. Stolen by Middleton. Now the Bucks moving it up. Holiday with the ball. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Clippers shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Now here's Rondo, guarded by Tucker. Takes the 13-footer. Rondo kicks to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 3. Passes it to Connaughton. Back to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They grab their own miss.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
No problems knocking that one down. George has got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
Here's Holiday. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Must put a body on Portis. He loves to crash the offensive glass.
Rondo looking over the floor. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Rondo drives in. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it.
Well, so far, his cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Chris Middleton. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Pass to Portis. Batum trying to break loose. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bucks lead by 1.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
Here's Batum. A putback. It's good on the putback.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
In a wide-open look for Portis. And to Antetokounmpo. Great positioning on the putback. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Trying to ice this one. Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
1:07 left in the game. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Count it!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Jackson looking it over. Here's Kurucs. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Here's Leonard. Money!
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Down his left side. And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking. Yes!
And they still have a foul to give at this point. And it's all about the three right here.
And they're looking to tie it up. Live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
It counts. And that shot brings them to within just one.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
So the Nets starting 5. We've got Irving. Joe Harris is out there with Green. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson. And it's George in at the 2.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling.
Oh!
My goodness. And you know what? For me, these don't show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here is Harris. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays on the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Here's George following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. And it's blocked by Jordan.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac, bounce pass. And that one's good. Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now, here is Irving. Count it.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Irving against George. Pass to Zubac. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
The kick out to Irving. Over Jackson. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Irving has the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
Here's George. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Jordan. Back to Harden. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
1:56 left in the first quarter. Outside, Green. No good on the triple.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Now here's Harden. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Jordan finds Green. Here's the 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's George. Rebounded by the Nets.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
It's good. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Here's George. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Now here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Here's Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside Irving. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about others setting him up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, playing off the ball is something that I'm comfortable doing. Like I'm able to catch and shoot. I'm able to play off, on the wings.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second-chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the two-guard spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. To the middle. Cuts off the pass. Here's Aldridge. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Aldridge has got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. And now he's an all-star last year. And, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son's a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Here's man. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Griffin with some nice D. Nets leading by 4. Brown inside. Here's Aldridge. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Aldridge so good at shooting it as soon as he catches it. Great confidence in his stroke.
Man passes to Rondo. But they recover it. The feed to Patterson. The shot from the low post is good. Patterson's got 5 points so far.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Harden outside. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And that one's good by Aldridge.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Brown wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3. Clippers trail by 6. Morris kicks to Kennard. Ring shot on the way. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Passes it to Claxton. Over Morris. Claxton, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Chioza scanning the floor. Brown against Kennard. The kick out to Aldridge. Shoots over Patterson. And the Nets miss again. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. It's blocked, but he stays with it. Leonard the pass to Morris. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Aldridge against Patterson. Aldridge dishes to Griffin. Here's Chioza. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Just 5 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Brown the pass to Chioza. Misses the 3. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard with the bucket.
You know, Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Brown outside. Aldridge left side. Back to Brown. 18 feet out. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Net. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He had 8 points and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
The hostile.
And that.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And there's Green, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Well, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
Harden surveying the D. Now the pass to Jordan. Harris outside. Shoots. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound, and the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. The Clippers trail. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The net shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Harden against Jackson. Now, here is Harden. Not a lot of room. Up again. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And the Clippers making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. George against Harris. George, no good. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. Here's Johnson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. George with the ball. Picked up by Harris. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Batum's got his first points of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Green, no luck. The Clippers in the lead. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Batum passes to Mann. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Irving. Chalk up 2 there. Irving's got 10 points. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
Outside Jackson. And the shot is long. The Nets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And he comes up with the deuce. And now a 3-point Nets lead.
Boy, how about that crafty drive by Irving, anticipating the contact and able to get around and through it.
Jackson passes to Zubac. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And here's the fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Outside for Jackson. Harris against George. Outside, Batum. Fires the 3. That's good for George on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now here's Johnson. There's the dish to Irving. Shot from 16. It's hauled in by George. For Los Angeles, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Really left alone that time. Jackson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now Irving. Here's Jordan, and the layup falls. Jordan's got 8 points.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Rajon Rondo. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Morris kicks to George. 6 to shoot. The putback. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Harden with the stuff.
cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Harris with it. Leonard picks him up. Here's Johnson. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Rondo. Los Angeles with another miss.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Harris misses.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And the shot is good.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
And here's Harden. Over George. Harden. That's good. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up and banks it in.
You know, he's a bit of a rarity and maybe even a throwback when you look at Rondo and how being a smaller guard, he still is comfortable operating inside.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Nets.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. And a new group in for the Nets. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Green. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Johnson. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Pass to Luwawu. Irving from long range. The Clippers grab the miss. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Griffin with it. Irving surveying the floor. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Griffin over Rondo, and a lot of contact on that one. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappy. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Irving against Jackson. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving passes to Luwawu. Harden kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. And again, it's the Nets missing. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
It drops. And now they trail by just 4.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu Cabarro. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From deep, George. They get it back. Outside Leonard. Jackson dishes to Leonard. No good from outside. Here's Green. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They seem to... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to... soaring high above the Willamette River towards our... And with...
Well, guys, I'm very...
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard. Leonard the bounce pass. And there's Paul George on the assist by Leonard.
Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Lillard attacking, and the rejection by Zubac. Leonard against Jones, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And he knocks down the first one. That misses, so he splits the free throws. For the Trailblazers, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game. And the basket by Jones.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Great positioning on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The shot will not fall. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And that one is off. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Dishes to Nurkic. Lillard left side. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Now here's Jackson. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Nurkic with the block. Jones against Leonard. Inside. Here's Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
From deep, George. He doesn't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Simons, the pass to Jones. Here's Simons. Down low, kicks it out to Jones. Lillard outside. Paul George with the steal. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
Yeah, Paul George athleticism sneaking in there, getting a second chance opportunity, and then he ends up cashing in.
There's a minute 47 left in the first quarter. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Lillard. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. From deep three-point range, it's held in by Zubac.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Good work there as it goes.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
Lillard scanning the floor. 1:06 left here in the first quarter.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And George, here we go. And it's good, 2 points. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. That one's not going to go. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's George. No good on that one. And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. They trail by 7. Here's Nurkic. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2.
Well, Nurkic, with that soft touch, he's starting to cause some problems for the defense.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
when I'm training in the summer,
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Powell in at the small forward spot. It's rebounded by Rondo. Los Angeles leading by 6. Kennard, the bounce pass, taken away by Anthony. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's Kanter. Basket counts. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. The pass to Giles. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Goes up on the high post. Count the basket. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Yep, can be a threat from the mid-range whenever Rondo looks to get it going from there.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. That's in, and he's found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, sometimes Rondo's a step ahead of everybody, even the coaching staff, especially on defense when he swipes the ball away like that.
McCollum against Rondo.
Now, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Man can't hit. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Cantor, and he banks in the layup. Cantor's got the lead up to 1 now for Portland.
And that's a solid move by Cantor, going to the dribble drive. He gets that shot off when he wants.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Excellent D from Cantor.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Rondo after the made shot from Robert Covington. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Now here's McCollum. Off target from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Morris kicks to Rondo. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Derek Jones.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Well, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in this game like that.
Lillard against Jackson. That one rolling around and rims out. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
A 3 from Morris. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside Anthony. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Simons, the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Offensive rebound. Out to Morris. Puts up a 3.
How about Melo? Some good defense down there on the other.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved. And that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. They lead by 1. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Jackson. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the center position. George passes to Zubac. Takes the 13-footer. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Trailblazers shooting in this game 45%. Goes up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? The deep 3 from George. Portland grabs the miss. And they're running. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops. And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Looking to end his cold spell, and the jumper falls for him. George has got 8 points.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Poked away. Batum with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. George, that's a two-pointer. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. That's 10 points for Paul George. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. 16 feet away. And the rejection by Zubac. Covington passes to Nurkic. Can't connect from short range.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
Lillard against Jackson. Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Zubac, that's good. 6 points for him.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Lillard against Jackson. 1:32 left in the third quarter of the game. To the inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Jackson.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Simons surveying the D. The feed to Nurkic. Up and in on the layup. Nurkic has got 8 points.
At 280 pounds, I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
Inside, Nurkic with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the basket by Lillard.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Outside, George. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter, and that one is good from Zubac.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simons, defended by George. Nurkic the pass to Simons. Lillard against Jackson. Back to Nurkic. Stolen by Zubac.
You take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Lillard way outside. Can't connect from long distance.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so...
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers ahead, up 3. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Ennis Cantor is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Giles in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Rondo against McCollum. Giles. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Rondo, no good.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And the dunk by Powell. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
The drive by Rondo makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 1.
The understanding that Rondo's showing right now in the pick and roll is setting up some great opportunity.
McCollum against Rondo. McCollum passes to Giant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That free throw missing. Los Angeles making a switch here. And he sinks the second.
Shaking his head moment there. Had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George can get very shifty even with that kind of frame, and he fights his way through the contact.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. A 2-point game. Lets it go from 11. And Kanter throws it down.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
George looking around to the middle. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Leonard with the steal. Here's Rondo. That one doesn't drop. Good D by McCollum. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
The Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth, though. Pretty nice efficiency there. Jackson finds Batum. Launches it. And there's Paul George on the assist by Jackson. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up. Huge shot at this moment in the game.
Lillard attacking. It's good. Lillard's got 19 points.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Outside for Jackson to the paint. Zubats. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Lillard, the pass to Giant. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Leonard attacking. Yes!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Anthony, the pass to Lillard. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It falls! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
George against McCollum. Money!
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
That's the Giant. Lillard against Jackson. Kicks it out to Lillard. 5 to shoot. The three won't fall. Now here's Leonard. Pass to George. On deep. Misses.
He has to keep improving on this end of the floor when CJ's...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
That's a look at our setting tonight. Now it's ended.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
And the Clippers starting 5. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
Well, great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Now here is Holiday. A putback, and Antetokounmpo on the follow.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
Leonard against DiVincenzo. Here's George. The shot that time, not on target. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Floats it up for Giannis. Leonard with the steal. Out in his own on the break. Finished off the break.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to Middleton. Down low. Lopez passes to Middleton. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Outside for Batum. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's Zubats. That shot misses. Good D by Lopez. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the night.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Jackson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Holiday. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Outside, George. Jackson up top, guarded by Holiday. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Clippers trail by 3.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
Now here's Tucker following the shot by Patrick Patterson. Connaughton kicks to Middleton. Over Patterson. Shots good by Middleton.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you.
call him the freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Forbes the pass to Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Milwaukee the rebound, and Antetokounmpo on the follow.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Man can hit. Milwaukee leading by 9. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Antetokounmpo again. Giannis has got 13 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Man, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Boy, that's very little resistance from the defense on the lay-in. You'd like to see them be a bit more physical in the post.
Here is Forbes. Here's Antetokounmpo. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. And so the first quarter is in the books. Bucks lead by 9. Don't go anywhere. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Forbes in at the point guard.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Back to Portis. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Portis has got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And up the court come the Bucks. On the break, there's the lob to Portis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Connaughton kicks to Giannis. Back to Connaughton. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Connaughton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Rondo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Holiday against Jackson. Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. Portis can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 14. Here's Jackson. George. Great positioning on the putback.
There's a level of physicality that Paul George is willing to play with. This guy can track down second chance opportunities with the best of them.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Portis, the 19-footer, is on the money. Portis has got 6 points.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Jackson has the open look. Off target from 3-point range. Milwaukee leading by 14. Lopez kicks to Connaughton. Offensive rebound. And he drops it in from the low post. Lopez has got his first 2 points.
Well, it's just solid awareness by Brook Lopez, working hard to get his team a second opportunity.
George way outside. A second chance effort. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Leonard with the steal. Jackson with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Batum passes to Jackson. Over Lopez. Jackson misses. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Here's Portis trying to get open as Lopez. Portis can't get it to go.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
George finds Leonard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
And here's Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. The 19-foot shot. Lopez, no luck. Clippers trail by 12. Leonard attacking. Outside, Batum. It's Jackson atop the key. Over Holiday. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Bucks passing it around. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lopez, no luck. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. Finish off the break.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Holiday. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 13 points, 2 assists. And that's a wrap.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. If you look at Antetokounmpo in this game, has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. And Antetokounmpo. And the layup's good off the glass. Giannis has got 15.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Paul George.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
The kick out to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target. Clippers trail by 10. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Batum. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Outside Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to lead. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Good on the shot.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Kennard's shot is off. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists now in this one.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Forbes from outside off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Milwaukee leading by 11. Giannis inside. Anderson on him. Antetokounmpo. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside for Rondo. Back to Kennard. All alone. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Middleton with it. He's picked up by Rondo. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Los Angeles with another miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Tucker the pass to Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
And maybe the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
Rondo with a clean look. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo hammers the alley-oop through.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Here's man, and the rejection by Giannis. And Tucker kicks to DiVincenzo. Giannis inside. Patterson defending. And it's Giannis missing. Clippers trail by 15. Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
The Bucks have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That 3 off the mark. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And he lays that one in. Kennard's got his first bucket of the night.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Milwaukee on top, up 11. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Holiday, then it's Brook Lopez, and it's Connaughton in at the 2. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Zubac, nice pass, led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Chris Middleton. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Holiday with it. It's Portis, high post. Back to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Forbes can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 11. Here's George. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The Bucks shooting straight 49% from the field. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. The shot by George, no good. Bucks leading by 11. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Forbes the pass to Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And it's George missing.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
But they get it back. Tucker finds Holiday. Nice shot by Portis.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Here's Jackson. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Goes up with a stripe. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Forbes the pass to Tucker. Back to Forbes. The Bucks working the ball around. Five on the clock. Back to Portis. And the pass to Tucker. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Holiday against Jackson. And Holiday kicks it to Tucker. Misses off the right iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
But you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Clippers trail by 9. George with no one around. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Middleton looking it over. The kick out to Lopez. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. Unable to get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Kawhi Leonard. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Now here is Holiday. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
From deep, George connects from downtown.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before. Find a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
And the Clippers starting 5. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. And for Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Green, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Harden, no good.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Batum wide open, he fires. That falls, nice feed that time from George. Batum's got the first points up on the board for Los Angeles.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Jordan. Second chance shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Nicholas Batum.
When DeAndre gets the rock close to the rim, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him. Just a big, long, and athletic center.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Stolen by Jackson. George passes to Batum, and a missed layup.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now, here is Harden. Irving can't get it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second basket.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Harden against Jackson. Harden gets the bucket.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
George looking around. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Outside Irving. Pass to Green. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. The shot's good.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
So for the Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Jeff Green. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here is Harden. The kick out to Aldridge. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
This is his wheelhouse. LaMarcus Aldridge, unstoppable from mid-range.
Nobody near George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
A nice shot by Irving.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And it's sent back by Aldridge.
I mean, showing great anticipation. Aldridge was all over that shot.
Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. Nets trail by 4. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Irving passes to Claxton. Harden outside. He kicks it to Aldridge. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
This is easy offense. Hard to stop Aldridge off the catch. Too skilled, too talented.
Pass to Morris. Back to Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's the pass to Mann. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Patterson, that's good.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Trailing by 4. This one for 3. that one no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Luke Kennard out there with Marcus Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's man in at the 2 guard.
Blake took off like a rocket on that alley-oop. Woo!
Here's Morris, following the basket by Blake Griffin.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
Here's Luwawu. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. The Clippers in the lead. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Now it's Griffin running. Here he goes, sailing in. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Blake is like having another guard on the floor, getting down and sprinting and beating everybody down the court.
Rondo scanning the floor. Passes to Morris. Takes a 3. They get the rebound.
And how about the toughness? I mean, although undersized at that power forward spot, he just still finds a way to get the job done.
Now here's Johnson. No points in the game yet for him. Patterson against Aldridge. It's good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Rondo passes to Patterson. To the middle. Over Aldridge. Patterson can't get it to go.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's George following the basket by Blake Griffin. On the wing, Batum. Clock at 6. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Batum's got 7 points in the game.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Now here's Harden. Harris outside. Back to Harden. Fires it up. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Jackson drives in.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving comes in for Brown.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Batum, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Irving passes to Claxton. Nets passing it around. Harden outside. And the Nets miss again.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Tries it from 19. Here's Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Claxton. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. The layup missed. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Outside for George. He gets that one. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Harden against Jackson. Harden dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. To stop the drought. He can't get that one to fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Clippers on top, leading by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sport.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson, Michigan. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. They're in good position at the half after a second quarter that was dead. And that's going to do it for us here.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You gotta like what Nicholas Batum has done in this game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Irving. Harris is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. Harris, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's George. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Chioza, no good. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard, that's for 2. And that one hits back iron.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
It's tipped. Stolen by Zubac. To the inside. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Irving's shot is good.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Jackson passes to Zubac. There's the 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Batum, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Nets trail by 4. Irving with the ball. Floats one up. And the rejection by Zubac.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And the basket is good. Batum's got 4 points this quarter.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Pass to Jordan. The pass to Claxton. And the rejection by Zubac. George finds Batum. Back to George. Rebound, Brooklyn.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Passes it to Claxton. Irving looking for an opening. It's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Outside Irving. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. Pass to Chioza. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
George against Irving. Here's Claxton. The kick out to Irving. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Irving.
A strong finisher. Kyrie exhibits good body control after contact.
Now here's Jackson. He's covered closely. Outside, George. And he gets it to go.
Silky smooth stroke, nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
George against Irving. To the paint, here's Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubats. Clippers leading by 10. And George kicks to Batum. Pulls up on the wing, and there's Jackson on the assist by Batum. Batum's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Chioza. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And on the way from Irving for 3. Got it off in time, and the last second attempt does not go in for him.
An incredible defender. Paul George combination of quickness and length helps alter many shots.
And so it's long. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris. He's out there with Luke Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the shooting guard position. Harden against Rondo. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 12 points on that basket from James Harden.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Rondo. No good that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Brown. Aldridge trying to break free. Brown, good.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
Rondo passes to Kennard. It's stolen by Brown. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Kennard on the wing. Here's Mann. He's covered by Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mann gets the bucket.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Rondo against Harden. Three-pointer. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Back to Griffin. All sorts of time. Offensive rebound. Here's Aldridge. Pass to Luwawu. Harden against Rondo. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from James Harden. Outside Rondo. The feed to Patterson. Outside for Rondo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Leonard, he's checked in for Kennard. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Harden finds Griffin. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
2 minutes.
Harden against Rondo. Aldridge. It's deflected.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
.143 left in the fourth quarter. From the arc. A rebound by the Nets. Aldridge has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Griffin. And foul on. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So Green will go to the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
54 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And George kicks to Batum. Outside Jackson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Clippers lead by 7.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Griffin's shot is off. Here now the Clippers. Now Batum. And here's Jackson. The pass to George. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Jeff Green. On its way from Irving for 2. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They seem to relish their role. And David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Now